The main trade for me today is Walmart. So the way that I was looking at this, it was earnings catalyst. They ended up. Let me see. Let me pull up what I have. EPS missed by 12%. Their gross profit rate declined, and then operating expenses were also increased as well um, due to increased wages for their employees, and then also with higher inflation levels um, with the overall macroeconomics as well. So one thing that I was looking for this trade was looking for a either like a first move up into like 138, risking up to 140, or I was looking for any kind of momentum to the downside. So I ended up taking a back through open trade. Ended up my first fill was 136.50. And then once we ended up breaking pre-market lows at 136, I ended up reshorting on the pop back into the pre-market low at 940, risking a total of 10% to high of day at 137.44. Once we ended up breaking 135, that was kind of my level that I was looking at. Like I was calling out that 135 was very heavy on the tape. We kind of weren't able to really get any much further. Ended up going down to 134.36 was the previous low at the Tay. So for me, my thought process was I was looking to basically try and hold this move for down into the 52-week low of 132, which would have been roughly about an ATR and a half. So for a day one earning play in my playbook with the expanded or exponential volume increase and range expansion, I usually look for my day one plays to be 1 to 2 ATR moves, and then day twos I usually look for a 1 ATR move. So for me, one thing that I was looking at, I had to readjust the plan because we didn't get to that 132, that what I was looking for. So for me, once we ended up breaking 135, we ended up getting to the low of 134.36. And for me, in my opinion, what I was looking at was since 135 was so heavy on the tape, that for me, I told myself if we ended up breaking 135, I would look to reduce risk. So I ended up covering once at 10 o'clock, once we did re-break 135, took off 25%, and then I fully exited the position at 135.50. And then I was continuing to look for shorts into this. So I basically, once we ended up retracing back up to VWAP, I ended up getting back into the trade at for another position at 136.25, risking the high of the VWAP break, which was at 1024, which the high was at 136.50. And I was looking for new intraday lows for this trade. So I ended up actually just covering half into my position here down into 134.25. Now I'm looking for, if we do get a move down into 132, but kind of just managing the other 50% of my position right now at the moment. What I'm looking for down, like for, I guess what I'm looking for next, if we do get a move down into 132, breaking 52-week lows. 135 kind of has been an inflection point throughout the day. It's been very heavy here. And once we actually broke it here at 11 o'clock, we ended up making a new low of day down at 134.08. So for me, I'm really looking for next to see this 52-week level at 132.01. If we do get there today, or if not, looking for basically a day two play for if we open up basically a short into 135, looking for 132 for the 52-week low.
Okay. I like the couple different trades you have here. I like the catalyst. I like the setup. I think you did a good job of articulating those. The two trades that I see that I heard you say that seem like you executed actually really well were the opening range break to the downside. That's a scalp, right? It's an opening range scalp. You have a high probability on that, really good risk reward. What setup do you have after 10 o'clock that then you can execute a lot of these different trades? This is classic the winning trader stuff. If anybody knows, you can put it in the chat. Bella is notorious for saying this is his favorite setup. Anybody know?
I mean, for me, what I was looking for is a trend trade to hold.
Yeah, changing fundamentals, trend trade, right? It's like literally SMB 101 stuff. Changing fundamentals, trend trade after 10:30, failure to take out any support levels, and that's really the setup that you have here. And so I love that you're thinking through the different ways that you could trade it, thinking through the different trades that could occur, not just today and then tomorrow. I think that's a really good way of looking at it. So I would score this as like an 8 out of 10. I think this is really good.
Thank you. I guess, and the way that I look at it for my overall improvement or what I could do better is because I was so focused on Walmart, I did end up missing the HD trade. So I think for me, the improvement is being able to manage multiple positions at different times. Because for me, I was so dialed in on Walmart that I really put all my focus into that, and I just missed the HD trade up into 311.
So
that's kind of the
yeah, how would you do that? You know, we use automation on our desk a lot. This is a perfect example of once you have this trade that could be setting up, once you have this setup, how could you automate your trade management here so that you could put your focus into the other things that do matter on the day?
I think for me, it would be basically putting in a script basically to once we were looking for that 310, 311 area would be like to shorten to 310, putting a stop at 311 or say 311.50.
I was thinking the other way. You were talking about how could you have just gotten into HD. I'm thinking about how could you have taken your eyes off of Walmart, which does require a lot of focus.
Gotcha. Yes. So for me, basically putting in a stop script for Walmart at the high of day that I was risking up into at 137.50, and then also be able to basically put out bid structures at the levels that I was looking at. So if I based on my total position size, start putting out bid structures in Walmart to basically take off attention to Walmart and focusing on HD.
Yeah, I think that's a really good answer for that. So you're doing that, and you're at a 10 out of 10 on the day because you've automated, you've done everything we want you to do. So that's really good. Nice job.
Hey, go ahead and click our subscribe button so you don't miss any of the videos that we're producing for you in the trading community. And please take the time to add your feedback in the comments section for what videos you'd like for us to produce next and what you found helpful from this video. From all of us at SMB, train and trade well.